Hi, welcome to day 4 of Declutter Your Finances Challenge. I'm Linda, the Money Mentalist, your host. So, how are we going? How did the story writing going? I bet you didn't know you were a novelist, did you? So, what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your own stories and what has led you to where you are now? So today's, I don't expect you to actually do the challenge today because this one does take a little bit of preparation. So today's challenge is more about preparing. The challenge is what I call the $20 a day spending challenge. Now, in your workbook, you've got some rules about what to do and how to run it. And yes, it is cash, that funny stuff, that paper money. It's a day about spending cash, no cards allowed. It's just no Apple phone, no whatever else you may use to pay for things. It's good old fashioned cash. CASH. Now, why do I want you to do this challenge? Well, we have the technical term is the abstraction of money. So what has happened, if you think back to your parents or grandparents, everyone was paid cash. You had the brown envelope come home and dad would probably sit there and he divvied it all up and mum would put it into envelopes or tins or whatever. And it was really easy because if you went into the jar called groceries and there was no money, well, you just didn't go shopping. Unlike now, if there's no money, you just use a credit card or another credit card or another credit card or a store card. We have cards, we have online banking, we have all of these things that are designed to make life easy for us. So what's actually happened is the transactions have got easier, but our knowledge of what we are spending is so far removed, we quite frankly probably have no idea. So first of all, if you go and open up your purse or your wallet, how many cards have you got in there and what are they for? So if I open up mine, I've got, because I have a business, so I have 2 EFTPOS cards, one for myself, one for my business. I have 2 credit cards, one for myself, one for my business. I have my farmer's card. I have a fuel card. So I'm up to 6 already. And that's before I even start to get into the kind of the loyalty cards and all of those other things as well. How much cash have I got? Well, actually, probably at the moment, I'm feeling a bit rich because I think I do have $20 in my wallet. And that's a little unusual for me to have that much cash. So if you asked me how much money had I spent last week across all of these different cards, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would when I go into my accounting system and I do the tracking, but off the top of my head, I don't know exactly how much I spent in the last week. And that's the abstraction of money. If you gave that to me in cash, I would know very clearly how much I've spent because of the pain pleasure principle. So what does that mean? Well, think back maybe when you were a kid and you had the birthday money. Generally, that would be given in cash. And you went off to the store and you were in the toy shop and you found, let's carry on with the Barbie doll story, shall we? The Barbie doll. And so what happens is you go up to the counter, you hand over your money and you get your Barbie doll. So what's that mean? You get the pleasure of receiving something and you get the pain for paying for it because you hand over X amount of dollars and you get some change and you've got less back. Now you can look very carefully and go, is this bit of money I've got left over worth me purchasing this doll? And we could do that. And as adults, when we have cash, we could do that. But now what happens? We hand over the credit card, we get whatever we want, and we carry on. We get the pleasure, but we don't get the pain. Because again, another question, when was the last time you looked at a credit card statement? Do you even know how much you owe on your credit card? Do you look at it every month? Or do you just wait for the statement to come in and you either pay all of it off, you'll pay part of it off, and you don't even look at the transactions? So we're missing out the pain part of the transactions. So this exercise has 2 sides to it. First of all, it's about understanding the pain pleasure principle. You've only got $20 for the whole day. So you're going to think very, very carefully about how you are going to spend your $20 and what you're going to do with it to keep yourself going for a whole day. So your awareness of money is all of a sudden going to come from the back of your mind and hit you in the front of the mind like you've just been hit around the head with a 42. The second part of it too is because when we first did this challenge about, I don't know, 5 years ago, it was the $10 challenge. So you're very lucky. I've been generous and I'm giving you $20 simply because cost of living has gone up and $10 won't get you very far at all. So it's also bringing the awareness of just how much you are paying for all these little bits and pieces that you just quickly, use with your phone or your EFTPOS card and things like that. So it's all designed for pain pleasure principle and awareness of what you're spending. Now, it's also, I've kind of said in the notes there, maybe do this one as a family, maybe do it on a weekend, something like that, rather than during the weekday. If that's not possible, then, pick a day where you can do a little bit of preparation, because the last thing I want you to do is get, stranded in the middle of nowhere because you've run out of your $20. So there is a bit of planning around this one. Be very conscious of how far $20 will go. If you have money left over at the end of the day, fantastic, because the other thing that you've also been able to do there is also kind of associated with the pain pleasure principle. It's this concept of, if I buy this, how much enjoyment am I going to get from it? Okay. I think it was might have been a $50 spending challenge for one of my clients. And I asked her, she had to send photos of what she spent money on. And surprisingly enough, one of the things that gave her the most pleasure was buying a new hairbrush, because she hadn't thought about it. She had long hair, and it was just something that to her was just, I'm just not going to do it. So she did. And it was interesting to see the choices she made with her $50, and I would have made very different ones. So if you are going out as a group, each of you have your own $20, because you will have different emotional thoughts and attachments as to how you want to spend that money. And of course, what I do want you to record, of course, and think very much about is, how do you feel as you are spending that money? Are you begrudgingly handing over your $20 note for the whatever it is? Is it giving you pleasure? How do you feel? Because that's very important too, because this is also about your emotional attachment to money and how strongly you feel about what you buy. Okay, so think about all of those things, read through the notes, do some preparation and do some planning. As I said, this one you will probably do at the end of the challenge, but I still love to hear how you get on. So please do, message me, tell me about your day, how it went, what were the highs, what were the lows. If you are with a group, did you have some interesting discussions around money and things like that, which is also another really valuable lesson that you can take from this exercise, because we generally don't talk about money. But when you're all in the same boat and you've all only got $20 to spend, what choices do you make? So go forth, have some fun with this one. Again, if you're stuck or you have any questions, you can either email me, you can click the link below and book a time in my calendar. I'm really excited to hear how you get on with this one. So please do let me know. Have fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with day 5. So you've done really well to hang in this far. We're up to the last challenge tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.